So the best part about this is that Tacoma hates the word Cabrio, and he just brought me a Cabrio top for the Unimog. Say hi, Tacoma.
Huh?
I was just telling my phone about how you hate the word Cabrio, and you brought me a Cabrio top for my Unimog.
I spit on it.
Probably got rained on. So I ended up with it, finally. A rag top for my 416. It's a Cabrio. And it's nice to have the LR hardtop off of it, because the LR hardtop looked horrible, and I don't work on fiberglass, and I couldn't find anyone that would. So canvas is here, and yeah, let's take a look at it. So my only color options were white, light olive drab, and dark olive drab, and I chose the white. And I really like it. Oddly enough, I know some of my friends made fun of me for going white, mainly Tacoma, but I like it. It works good. And it's nice and like bright inside the cab now too. So, hard door uppers, I think that's pretty much standard on all 406s and 416s. These windows fold back. It's the only way to open them. These seals are really like thick, so you have to like be on the outside pushing on it, and on the inside working that lever that latches it. And then, excuse me, inside the truck, we'll take inside the truck here now. Uses the latches, same latches as the LR hardtop did, except these are for the soft top now, obviously, and whatever there. And the neat feature is that these little guys will swivel down into position, and you set those in this little channel here. And what that allows you to do is actually opens up a vent in the front. So I don't think water can get in if it's raining, but it vents the top. Let's see what else is in here. And roll bar, I think there's supposed to be padding on the roll bar to protect the canvas. I need to look at some padding. I'd really like to build a cage in this still and tighten up this cab a little bit. But it was super simple to put in. Goes off those two pivot points. I couldn't find anything online that really showed me anything about what it was or where it went, so I just kind of winged it. And if you just guess, it works. So let's see what else. We have zippers on the back. And this one's zipper jammed up. But what that allows me to do is zip, roll up this back curtain on each side. Has some little tabs. You can see the buckles on the top there. So basically you have no back window in there. You have shade, and it's really nice. And Heidi and I drove it yesterday. Went to Lowe's. It was very comfortable inside. Not too windy. It's a rag top. You hear a little bit of wind noise, but you're also sitting on top of the OM352 screaming away going down the road. So, but yeah, if we undo this guy, that one's a little bit tight. Come back around. Undo this guy. You can kind of see we pop that. Flip this one down. This is really hard to do one-handed because that one's stuck on that side. Okay. All right, so now you can see there's a rubber bumper in here. It uses the lower part of that windshield latch. Latch it into place. And now you can see there's a vent up there. You can see daylight coming through there. Inside I'm not going to pull down, but you get the idea. They say to fold it back. I have never folded it back yet, so we're going to try that. So both the case and the Mercedes manual say that you're supposed to pull or push or pull. You're supposed to do something. That way. Let's go to that side again. This might be a two-person task here. All right. So there's a little tab here that we gotta sneak this other bar past. There we go. I guess you'll The meat hammer there works pretty good. There's that part. And we fold her back, and we fold it down or up. We gotta fold it up. All right. There we go. It's supposed to accordion upon itself. Just like that. Somebody in the comments is going to tell me how wrong I am about doing it that way. But I don't see any other way for it to go, so I'm going to say that's the right way. The manual does say fold it back and strap it into place or remove it completely. Honestly, this is kind of good because, you know, you have it with you. Doesn't look the hottest right there, but it ain't a Volkswagen Rabbit Cabrio. And the nice thing is now the top is with you, so when it starts to rain, you just put the top back up. So let's see how that goes. Maybe you have to be in the truck. That is definitely a hand pincher if I've ever seen one. Oops. Oh, crap. Seriously? Well, on the next episode, we learn how to sew canvas, apparently. Shoot. Okay, undo that side. There we go. Header bars onto the pins, latch it down. So on each side of the header bar, there's a pin on the windshield frame that it lines onto. Latch that into place, lock her down. Pretty simple. So learn from my mistake. That has to be loosened when you're folding it, apparently. I didn't read anything about that in the manual, but that's a pretty big disappointment. I can't believe I did that. So we've got the little metal insert. I think what I'll do is go find an old welding glove like that. This is a TIG glove, so I think it's goat skin. It's nice and thin. We'll take a little section out of there, sew it into the canvas. I have a book somewhere in my basement about canvas repair. It's US military stuff. kind of interesting, but yeah, there it is. There's the new top. So now that I feel like an idiot for having torn the bat, I went back and grabbed the case manual, the Mercedes manual. I found the fabric repair books. So let's take a look and see what we can find. Alright, first up here we have the Mercedes as well as the case manual. The case manual's handy because it's in English, and I don't speak German, like, at all. I speak a little bit, but you would think for having a Bavarian grandmother that I would be fluent in that, and a Dutch grandfather I would speak Dutch, but they said, no, you're an American boy, you speak English, which, God love them, because they were Americans through and through after they immigrated. Anyway, folding top and windshield. Hopefully I'm focused on that. Let's see here. Focus. Focus. There we go. Folding top. Unfasten the latch on each side, release and fold the top. Push out the front strut pivot and pull down on each side. That's where the meat hammer came in there. So front strut, push down, pull, etc. So behind the seat storage or remove. And then secure with straps. So secure with straps. Focus. Focus. Secure with straps. And behind the seat storage remove. That kind of looks like what I had going on. Oh no, way accordions on itself. So it goes down into the cab of the truck somehow. I'll have to look at that closer. Alright, no reinstallation information. Folding your windshield. Rear window. There's the rear window rolled up. Okay, so that one's good. German manual. There's the information about the vent. I don't see anything about actually folding the top. And I looked through this manual pretty extensively last night. I do have one in English, I just can't find it right now. It's what happens when you have kids and you lose your office to give your kids a bedroom, which I would, do over and over again because I love my little girls. Yeah, nothing about the top. Hydraulic system. Nope, nothing. Okay, well, there's that. So now, let's take a look at this stuff. Books from Smith & Edwards. I didn't realize that somebody had practiced their punch skills on the book, which is kind of funny. My poor $3 book, and another $3 book. So this one's old military stuff. I'm sure there's probably a PDF online of it. General fabric repair. It looks like, that kind of looks like what my situation is, so I'll read that a little bit more in depth. Actually, that one's more of it, right? With the tab. Or the slot for the I don't know, is it called a footman loop? No idea. There's also that one. I haven't opened this one yet. General repair of tents, canvas, and webbing. It's the field manual from 1974. So that's the right era. This truck's a 73. So that shows you how to use a stitching awl, which is good because I have one somewhere. I don't have one of those fancy gloves for stitching. Alright, well, I guess. Okay, that's how you stitch. Cool. Well, look at me being Mr. Homemaker over here. Just kidding. I feel like sewing is a very valuable trait and skill and that everyone should know how to do it. However, we did not learn it. Somebody's knocking on the window of my house. Hi, Scarlett. Hello, Scarly. Hello, Heidi. Alright. I just got out of the bath. Anyway, old books are cool, right? A pair of tents, fabric. I'd love to find more case manuals. They're just rare and expensive when you do find them. There's some guy on eBay that has one for sale. Dude's asking like $800 for it, which is just dumb because you can get the Mercedes-Benz manual for like $300 from Scott over at Expedition Imports, which oddly enough, this is where the top came from. So, alright, well, until next time. Don't do that. Never do that. Oh, what a bummer that was. Me again. So, well, I got to thinking about it, and while there is substantially more room in that Unimog than for, say, a flat fender Jeep, where the steering wheel rides my big belly, it's still a very tight cab. And they actually do have adjusting seats. You can adjust the seat bottom, so elevation in the back for your tilt. You can adjust forward and back, and you can adjust your seat back itself. Mine's broken. So my seat has to be all the way back, and that's for me to drive, right? So I'm, you know, that just kind of floats wherever it's comfortable, but I can barely get the old meat hammer in there, right? So the case manual did say it folds onto itself and then down behind the seats. I don't think that I can do that in this truck because it is just very tight. So it's just a, you know, casual observation before I do that and head in there.